Ladies and gentlemen, get your phones, turn up the volume, and cancel any plans you may have had because this just turned the entire internet upside down. Papoose has been hospitalized, and the man responsible for the vicious beating is none other than Eazy the block captain, the same man Remy was caught skulking around with while still married to Papoose. Now stop and take a deep breath, because what we're about to tell you will make your jaw drop. Eyewitnesses say the fight didn't just start. Tables exploded, blood spilled, and cameras were left behind. The question is, was this revenge a setup? Or did Eazy finally snap after months of being the other man in Ree's wild roller coaster of betrayal? If you want truth, you want dirt. Stay right here because what happens next will ruin friendships and careers and possibly land someone in jail. It all began with a silent bone-cutting stare across the room that felt like a gun going off in the room. After it was over, Haku's was stretchered out, Claressa's shields, and she was seen screaming, and hammering on the hospital doors as if her life depended on it. The only thing that anyone noticed in a room full of celebrities, influencers, and egos the size of a stadium was Papoose's eyes with Eazy, the block captain, and that woman that both men had fought for. Let's go back a few months. Fans had been counting down the strange tension, Eazy throwing cryptic IG stories, and Papoose showing up alone at events Remy was supposed to host. Claressa Shields, the Gwad herself, suddenly getting caught in the middle dropping little #loyalty. Captions that had Remy quiet, too quiet, and TikTok detectives foaming at the mouth. Which in this world means something's definitely up. Fast forward to 3 nights ago, when there was a so-called industry dinner at a fancy rooftop in Brooklyn. Wasn't Applebee's. Rather, it was a high-level NDA with no cameras, Alistairs, and sunglasses at night. However, what happened that night should have remained behind closed doors because, in addition to being recorded, someone leaked the entire build-up to a vicious fistfight. And they leaked it to a blog that has since been taken down twice by cease and desist letters. Fortunately, we saw the footage. Let me first describe the scene. Papoose enters alone. Eazy is already seated, and a few faces from the battle rap circuit are present. There is no handshake or nod, just silence. The air thickens as if everyone knew something was coming, but nobody was prepared for how things would get. Then, boom, Papoose swings. Yes, he throws the first punch, but nobody expects Eazy to stumble or back up. Instead, he snaps. One witness told Celeb Tycoon exclusively, "Man, Eazy must have been training with Claressa or something because he moved quickly." It wasn't even a scuffle. It was a takedown. Another visitor, who asked not to be named, added, "It was like watching someone's uncle get jumped by a trained fighter." Papoose attempted to get up, but Eazy slammed him hard again, and I swear the entire rooftop went silent. No one knew whether to scream or record, and of course someone did. The video that went viral shows security finally stepping in and removing Eazy from a barely conscious Papoose. And you can hear someone yell, "Call an ambulance, he's having trouble breathing." And that's when things got even messier, because right at that moment, a black Escalade screeched up to the curb, and who jumps out? Claressa Shields, y'all. She wasn't even supposed to be there, but somehow she knew. Somehow she showed up right after the fight, like she had been watching a live stream of the disaster, and her reaction few. One server described it like, she jumped out like she was in a title match. No makeup, no shoes, just raw panic. When she saw Papoose on the ground, she never heard a woman scream before. The fans who had previously questioned the chemistry between Claressa and Papoose abruptly changed their tone, with Twitter being inundated with posts like, "Wait, Claressa really loves him FR. She isn't acting. That's pain. Nah, she's crying like she's the wife, not Remy." And let's not forget, Remy hasn't made a single statement, not even a single word. Another witness claimed she fell to her knees in the emergency room parking lot, crying and tugging at her own hair while screaming. Subtweet, not even a prayer. Up post radio silence, and without Remy's voice, Guess whose words are beginning to sound more genuine? Recall his statement during his live stream last month. Some men talk, some men just react. You play with fire. Long enough, you get burned. He was drinking from that notorious karma mug. The punchline now is Papoose's fractured ribs and bruised ego. The emergency room report revealed the following injuries: a moderate concussion, 3 cracked ribs, and a serious broken molar. People believed it was about his rap opponents, but in reality, he was delivering a message. Internal bleeding under. Observation, bruising to the upper spine, and guess who stayed with Papoose in the waiting area until 4 a.m.? It wasn't Remy Claressa, and that's when the rumor started. Was Remy setting Papoose up the entire time, knowing that Eazy would lose it? Was this a revenge plot gone wrong? Or worse, did Claressa know too much and try to stop it too late? The next 24 hours were chaotic before the blood on the rooftop even dried. And while Papoose remained in a hospital bed connected to IVs and vitals. As fans dug deeper, more receipts surfaced, and what they revealed made this whole fight look like a premeditated trap. Let's start with the leaked voice note. An anonymous account claiming to be Remy Ma's former assistant dropped a screen recording of a voice memo. The hashtags #PEPoo down, #EasyWAM first, and, most shockingly, #Remy set him up began trending across TikTok, Twitter, and Clubhouse like wildfire. But where was Remy Ma? Not a single tweet, Instagram post, or even a burner account responded with fake news. Here is a transcribed excerpt of a purported message from Remy just 2 days prior to the rooftop dinner. The voice sounds eerily similar to hers. Right. I told him not to show up, warned him that if he wanted to act bold, he would be checked. And if he did, I'm done saving him. The internet went crazy. One Twitter user wrote that Remy knew exactly what was going to happen and let it happen, serving it on a silver platter. Another wrote, if was chess, she sacrificed her king to protect the other side, but it didn't. Stop there. Screenshots taken from Remy's private burner account was made public after a Reddit moderator allegedly verified it by comparing IP logs to her public profile. The screenshots showed her liking tweets disparaging Papoose, retweeting Claressa's opponents, and even following an Eazy fan page under that handle. What's worse is that one of the leaked direct messages from that burner read, "He still thinks I'm loyal, lol, can't fix stupid." Whether that message was about Papoose or someone else is still up for debate, but the public had already made up their minds. The ER in tears, hoodie up, trying to avoid paparazzi. What she didn't get was sympathy, but a full-blown army of support. Memes flooded in. Remy drinking wine while Claressa sobs at the hospital. Papoose face bandaged. Remy, woman in the lotus position, Eazy boxing glove. Claressa sobbing loudly. Black love was a scam and we all got finessed. It's just when people thought they had seen the worst. A second, shorter, but far more damning clip appeared. In it, Eazy is sitting in the back of a car, his face slightly bruised, shirt undone, and he smirks at the camera. What does he say? This is where it gets even wilder. According to an insider who worked the event, Remy was supposed to be on the guest list for the rooftop dinner, but pulled out at the last minute, texting the organizer, "Too much energy in the room. I'll pass. Battle with bars. I finish what other people start." Boom. That line hit like a bullet to the Phantom's heart, because if that's not proof that this fight was pre-planned, we don't know what is now. It's too much energy or remorse, since, remember, Papoose was the one who supported Remy during her incarceration and reared. It gets even messier when you look at Claressa's voicemail. According to people close to the situation, Claressa left a series of voice notes to one of her closest boxing friends, one of which allegedly leaked. In the note she says, "I tried to warn Remy this would happen. I told her months ago, you're playing with two men's pride. That never ends well." Her son turned down industry offers to protect her legacy. And now he's in a hospital bed while the woman he loved is ignoring him completely. She laughed in my face, and now that no one is laughing, some insiders claim that Remy since the infamous baby shower fight, in which Remy allegedly accused Claressa of playing stepmother too soon. And let's face it, the signs were always there. Remy stopped tagging Papoose in posts. And 2 weeks prior to this dinner, Claressa deleted all of her Instagram photos of Remy. This wasn't a one-night altercation. Rather, it was months of building. Secrets, resentment, and inflated egos. And now the entire house of cards is collapsing. And fan theories have gone full on. One TikToker with over 300K followers posted a now viral breakdown titled, "Remy Ma, the mastermind of her own downfall." In it, she connects all the dots. The burner accounts, the secret calls, the leaked ring cam footage from Rhee's house showing Eazy leaving at 3 a.m. and the final nail an email from a hospital. Some documentaries claim that Eazy was emotionally coerced into fighting Papoose to ruin his clean image. Claressa was emotionally played by both sides. We don't know what's true anymore, what's just internet noise. But we do know that Papoose is hurt. Eazy's smug Clarisse is shattered, and Remy is suspiciously calm in the middle of a Category 5 emotional hurricane. By the time the sun came up, nothing had changed. The same Papoose lay silent in a hospital bed at Brooklyn Methodist, his face swollen, his ribs wrapped, his dignity shattered. The staffer again claimed that when Remy was informed about Papoose's condition, Stray said nothing, just stared at her phone and left. Let's start with the police report. The Brooklyn Police Department confirmed they were reviewing footage from the rooftop event, including security tapes and viral clips circulating online. Eazy, the block captain, is now officially under investigation for aggravated assault. In addition, multiple attendees have been subpoenaed as witnesses, including at least one celebrity who is allegedly involved in the altercation. She was told to rest, but Eazy was nowhere to be found, and Remy was still missing. Not even a check on his phone call. Page 6, off the record. This wasn't a bar fight. This was a violent, planned incident with injuries that could have ended a man's life. And here's the kicker. Papoose is refusing to press charges. That's right, even after suffering multiple injuries. The man still won't speak to authorities, which sources close to him say is because he feels betrayed, humiliated, and broken, but doesn't want to give the media the satisfaction of seeing him look weak. The officer said, "I'm not dragging him to court. Dragging myself back to even Remy's own fan base appears divided." Her last Instagram post, a casual selfie taken just days before the fight, was flooded with comments like, "So you let Eazy do him like that and said nothing. That's the man who held you down in prison cold. This ain't hip-hop, this is heartless." While Papu remains silent, his family is not. His sister, who is known for living off the grid, posted a scathing Instagram story criticizing Remy, saying, "You let that man bleed in the street like a stranger after everything he did for you. You're dead to us." And as if things couldn't get messier, Claressa Shields, the GOAT, the woman who cried outside the ER like her soul had left her body, broke her silence in an exclusive last-minute interview with Hot 97. She didn't hold back. This wasn't just about a fight. This was about pride, betrayal, and watching someone you care about walk into a war zone without backup. "I told Remy weeks ago, if you keep playing both sides, someone's going to break. And guess what? It wasn't Eazy. It was Papoose." She went on to say, "I love that man. I still do. But I'm done watching others break him for sport." And boom, the internet is blown up again. Twitter in flames, Reddit on fire, YouTube reaction videos, a whole new category of chaos. But wait, it gets deeper because, according to sources at the hospital, Papoose asked staff to block Remy from visiting. You read that right? She apparently tried to come by on day 2, but security had clear orders. If Ramani's Mackie shows up, do not let her through those doors. Staff said she waited in the lobby for 17 minutes and then stormed out after muttering, "He always has to make it dramatic." As if that weren't terrible enough, a few hours later, Papoose's daughter shared a mysterious TikTok dancing to Beyoncé's apology with the caption, "He doesn't love you like I love you." Bet you'll regret it. Yes, this is more than just drama. Anymore, it's multi-layered betrayal coupled with additional trauma. Let's talk about the restraining order. According to family members, Claressa Shields has consulted with legal teams to file a temporary restraining order against Eazy. Not out of fear, but rather due to intense pressure from fans and internal management, essentially her team. For the sake of her reputation and emotional security, a publicist told Gossip Spill Vibe anonymously that Claressa's crying Papoose is broken. Remy is silent, and Eazy is tweeting lyrics like it's a mixtape promo. It's disgusting, but don't think Eazy is finished talking because last night he went live again, smug as ever, sipping Hennessy with the caption, "Y'all mad I finished the verse, y'all skipped." People were pleading for Instagram to suspend him. Even Fat Joe, who joined in on a live stream with Angie Martinez. Joe looked directly into the camera and said, "Then there is Remy, who has yet to make an official statement, a podcast rant, or an apology tour." But insiders claim she is planning a big documentary series with exclusive footage. It seems that a camera crew was following her in the weeks leading up to the fight. And sources claim she has over 30 hours of footage, including private conversations with Eazy and Claressa. The series is allegedly called Love, Loyalty, and Lies, the Remy Ma story. And if it is accurate, the entire scandal might What if I told you that this wasn't the end, but rather the beginning of something bigger than Love and Hip Hop ever. Dared to show, was even hinted at by one VH1 producer in the trailer. What does all of this mean then? Is Remy going to make money off of the suffering she caused? Is Papoose really done for good? Will Claressa leave? Or will she return with boxing gloves and a new kind of fire and ease? Is he the antagonist or just another pawn in a twisted love story that none of us saw coming? One fight, one moment, one punch turned the most admired couple in hip-hop into a battlefield of treachery. The internet won't forget this one. And those who believed Black love was unbeatable won't either. Stay tuned because the court cases, interviews, secret recordings, and possible comeback stories are only just getting started. This is Gossip Spell Vibe, and we'll be here every step of the way, exposing the lies, the love, and the conflict. Remy Cold is calculating, preparing for a legal battle. Hospitalized, humiliated, and holding on to whatever peace he can find. Claressa is devastated, emotionally destroyed, and preparing for the legal battle. The question now is, where does everyone go from here? Papoose may be recovering physically, but emotionally, he was just let down by the two people he trusted the most. Claressa Shields may have been the GW in the ring, but outside of that hospital, she was just a woman watching her man be destroyed while the world filmed it for views. Remy Ma is either the mastermind or the ghost in this entire twisted opera. There is no statement, no sadness, just silence and ease. The block captain is grinning, sipping, and tweeting as if this had never happened, as if Papoose were just another lyric to be bodied. If you're watching this right now, we want to know what you think. Was this a setup? Did Papoose walk in too? A trap with his eyes wide open and defend his name with ease? Was this a calculated hit with Rhee's silent approval? And most importantly, who is truly heartbroken here, Remy, Claressa, or us, for thinking that Black love would last? Jump in the comments and let us know what you think we're watching. We're listening, and trust us, we're not done because this is just the beginning. If you're still in shock, hit the subscribe button. If you want the truth, no one else is brave enough to tell it. Turn on those notifications because the next This is the Gossip Spill Vibe, where the truth isn't filtered. The tea isn't cold, and we always spill it raw. The next betrayal, the next collapse, might happen at any moment. Any moment.